Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for another round of SNS Saturday Night Special, episode 159 this week. So again, we're going to do a two-parter. First episode is going to be our viewer mail that we've had coming in. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I've got some new equipment that I want to share with you, some exciting stuff that's been going on. So we're going to get to all that in this episode. And then the part two, I've got some machining that I'm going to share with you. I've got a big nut that I had to machine for a hydraulic tube, and we got all that ready for you, so stay tuned and check that out. And I still have some other content that I've done within the past month. I've got one video already made. Be on the lookout for that. Got a little bit of scraping and fly cutting and that kind of stuff going on. And speaking of fly cutting, that reminds me, I've still got the pallet in the mill down there, and I had a lot of guys make a comment in the motorcycle exhaust video about fly cutters and why didn't you fly cut it. So I've got an idea. I'd like to do another little video here, hopefully this week or this weekend sometime. Go back down there to that mini pallet and play with some fly cutters and maybe try to get a little bit of redemption from you guys on that. There's I'll use that little indexable face mill, and there seem to be a lot of guys that don't think I have a fly cutter, but I got a few of them. So I got one set up right over on the K&T right now. So we're going to do a little bit of that. I've got some stuff I want to talk about in a shop talk episode. I just haven't had time to get to it yet, and I'm going to try to do that here pretty soon. And again, still got some projects down here on the bench that I need to get started on. So still got plenty of things in the works, just whenever I can get to it. And I'm continuing to try to bring you some of the bigger jobs, bigger machining and welding and stuff that I do at work. So I take my camera whenever I got a good project going on and try to get some video of it, share with you here on SNS. This past week I released 3 new videos, which was my trip over there to the USS Alabama and the battleship park there. That was a series of 3 videos because I had a lot of footage there, so I just broke it up into 3 videos to try to share with you. I want you guys to know that it's something that I'm actually really enjoying to do. I know I've talked about this before, but getting out on a weekend when we got nice weather, luckily the past 3 weeks we've had some really beautiful weather on the weekend, which it doesn't always happen. It's saying this weekend we're supposed to get rain, so it may not be a good weekend to get out and try to explore a little bit. But I have been enjoying that, and it's just a little bit different type of video for the channel. It's just a different format, so there's a little bit different music in there, a little bit different editing style. It's just I'm always trying to improve and explore new options out there with my video editing. So it's just a little bit different than the machining, and I know that I've got a smaller crowd that likes those videos, but I enjoy that small crowd just as much as my crowd as a whole out there that likes all of them. So if you haven't watched those videos yet, give me a shot. Go check it out. Go watch one of them. You might enjoy it. I think they're pretty enjoyable, and I had fun over there at the ship and the submarine, and going out to lunch and that kind of stuff. So we got some ideas to check out the museum here on Pensacola NAS, the Naval Air Museum. We've got one there that's really cool. I'd like to go check that out. There's also a lighthouse there that I've never been to. I'd like to go to that. And I got an email the other day about the Armament Museum over in Fort Walton on Eglin Air Force Base. I have been there once, but it's been about 10 or 12 years, and I don't believe I ever went inside. I think it was a car show that I went to there, and they had a big giant bomb, like a 2,000-pound bomb outside, that I thought was really cool. And I want to say something. It had something like A-bomb on there, so we'll definitely check that out one weekend. And there's all kind of places I got in mind, Fort Pickens, and we'll just as we get time on the weekends when we've got some nice weather, we'll get out and continuing to share that. That's sort of like my little off time, try to take a day off from work, getting out of the shop, get out from behind the computer screen and go out and have some fun, but take the camera with me and show you guys some of the sights around town right here. I really appreciate all the good comments that I've been getting from those videos, hearing feedback from everybody. I know that some of say the music isn't to everybody's taste, but that just comes with video editing. You can't please everybody out there, and that's why I say, I'm just trying to explore and be creative and make them the way I like to. I try to cater the SNS videos and the machining videos more towards the viewers and what they like and what they like to see. And the travel and exploration videos is a little bit more of a freestyle type of format for me. Just something new, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, all right, so that's enough for that. I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a reminder that today when you're watching this, or this weekend, Mr. Pete's going to be here to visit me, and we've got that all planned out. He's going to be coming down here on vacation, he and his wife. I do not believe I'm going to meet his wife. I think it's just him coming over here to the shop, but he's planning on coming over for a visit, and we're going to try to get a couple shots, you know, on video of hanging out with each other and talking. I'm sure he's going to want to take a walk around the shop and check everything out, look in the toolboxes. So I really look forward to that, and be looking for that video, for that footage next week. I'll be sure to share that with you. Another thing I wanted to mention is that last week I talked about sending out my granite surface plate to get calibrated and lapped, and those plans got canceled. The company that I was going to send that to, I was calling them to set it up, and when I was talking to them about sending it to them, I asked them, I said, you got a forklift, right? And they said, no, we don't have a forklift. So they don't have no way to unload that and load it onto a truck for me. So they were supposed to figure it out and call me back the next day and let me know what they found out, and I never got a phone call from them. So I just decided to forget that, and I'm going to seek another company that I can ship this thing out to. You know, I can take this to work, box it up in a pallet, and put it on motor freight and send it to somebody. So I'm going to be trying to find somebody out there. If you have any good recommendations, hopefully somebody in the southeast. I don't want to ship it to California, up to New York. You know, that's going to cost too much. Hopefully just somewhere in the southeast, somebody that can do some lapping. If you got any leads, you can let me know, and I'll give them a call and ask them about it, okay? So I think that's about it for all the updates. We're going to get to our viewer mail now, and then I'm going to show you our new equipment. Our first viewer mail is a new t-shirt, and this is sent in by Dudley Toolwright. He's there on YouTube. You can see his handle is Dudley Toolwright, and he's also got a channel there that he just recently started. So I'm going to throw a link up here, a card, so that if you're interested, you can check out his channel. But he wanted to go ahead and make me up a t-shirt with his logo there on it. This is one of the shirts that I like to wear, and there's his logo for Dudley Toolwright. It may be Dooley Toolwright, I'm not sure. I say Dudley Toolwright. So anyway, thank you very much for the t-shirt, Dudley, and I'll be sure to wear it. So our next little gift package here, we even got a Starrett box. We got some tools and a Starrett tool. Come all the way from New Zealand, and this was all sent in by Les Carty, and he is from Dunedin, New Zealand. He says in his letter, that wee country to the east of Australia, where we have the famous kiwi, flightless birds, not to be confused with our kiwi fruit, which is the green fuzzy fruit. So he decided to send me a couple gifts right here, a couple tools. He says that this is a SK slip joint plier that he was using 30 years ago. He was a mechanic, and that was a tool that he used right here that he had in his box. So very cool. This is a bottle opener, and it's an 8mm, so hopefully the metric will work on the Imperial bottle caps over here. And then we've got this guy right here. It's a nice Starrett box, so check it out. Does anybody know what that is? Well, let's find out. All right, you ready? Anybody guess what it is first? We got a wiggler set. Where was it at? On the box there. Centro kind of gave it away for me, but I wasn't really thinking the wiggler set. I wasn't really sure what it is. I was thinking maybe an edge finder or something. But anyway, so we got a wiggler set. It looks to be brand new. Probably never been used before. If it has, it's just been well taken care of and put up in the box. So Les was talking to me in his letter that he was on a website looking at some machinery handbooks, and he had found these on there and decided he wanted to pick them up and send them my way. So Les, thank you very much. This is actually a really unique tool. I was gonna unique to me anyway, since I don't have, say, a Starrett tool that's got that language on it. Here's one for an example, you know, with the regular English lettering on there. This is one that I've been keeping up here by the desk, that I actually owe this to Dale Derry. I was supposed to give this to him some time back, and when he was here I forgot about it. So if Dale is watching, I'm still holding on to your wiggler set, Dale. I haven't forgot about you. It's been right up here by the computer. So Les, thank you very much for the tools. I really appreciate it, man. So up next, we've got some homemade barbecue sauce called Dave's Barbecue Sauce out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. And this is made by David Beatty, and he's out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. He had sent me an email a couple weeks back and was telling me about this stuff right here, that he's got some sauce that he makes, and he'd like to send me some to try out. I believe he's got a couple different styles. This is a spicy recipe here. And there's his card right here. Southwest Firearms, out there in Santa Fe. So he must be a barbecue lover like me, and sent me a letter and said that he'd love for me to try this and let him know what he thinks. So David, I plan on giving this a shot. We're going to try it on some pulled pork one day and some ribs and see what you think, and I'll let you know what I think, man. Thank you very much. The past couple weeks I've been sharing with you some tools that I got in from Jason at Fireball Tools. I had a video last weekend showing those squares on a job and showing them being put to use. Before that, I showed the squares that he had sent, the Mega Square and the Monster Square, and both the cast and aluminum flavors there in the Monster Square. And I had mentioned in video that I wanted to go ahead and pick up the Magic Square from Jason. And he had emailed me after that video thanking me for putting that out there, and he says that he wanted to go ahead and send me the Magic Square. So that's what this is right here. I just got it today, and I just opened it up. So this is the Magic Square. That is an excellent companion tool to go along with that Mega Square and that Monster Square. This one is adjustable, so you can adjust it to whatever angle you want. You can lock it in. He's got a wing nut there. Looks like this one you can kind of keep a steady tension on it, and this one you can lock it once you get it to the angle that you want. But Jason's got some excellent videos showing all the ways that you can use all these squares that he makes. So I'm going to have his card again up here in the video, and I encourage you to go to his channel, watch his videos, and you can see how useful all those squares that he makes are. I put them in use. I put them in that last video, and they worked excellent. They worked great for me, and that was just one way to use those squares, you know, holding something 90 degrees. But there's a lot of other uses for these squares, and I hope that you know, as time goes forward here, I get to explore other uses for these and help me with my jobs out there, you know. So he shows how he can use the Magic Square here in conjunction with those others as you're doing some fabricating and things like that. So I really appreciate it, Jason. This is a nice one for the collection there. And he did, after I had released that video and I showed the squares on Instagram, a lot of people are jumping on board there and they're trying them out for themselves. So he actually had sold out of the Mega Square and the Monster Square. He had just an influx in sales that weekend and last weekend. So I know as of right now, as today, he's out of stock on those two, but they're back ordered and he's making some more. So he wanted everybody to know that he's trying to get those orders filled, and you can still place your order, and whenever they come in, whenever he's got them ready, I mean, he'll send them out to you. He did say that if you use promo code ABOMB79 at checkout on the aluminum squares, you'll get a 10% discount there. So I believe he's still got plenty of aluminum ones in stock. So anyway, looking forward to using this, Jason. I really appreciate you sending it out to me. It looks like a great product. By the way, this one is fabricated steel. It is not cast iron. And excellent job. I can tell this is all cut out on a plasma, and just a great product there. So go check out Fireball Tools. I got you in the new office and the new work equipment right here. I went ahead and I got a brand new computer because the computer in the shop was just starting to fail on me and giving me a hard time. I talked about that last week, about it just giving me fits. So what I decided to do is just go ahead and invest in a new computer that I could use for video editing that's going to work the way I need it to work. And so far I'm really happy with it. So we got a brand new machine over here. It's all new. So it got a new monitor. I ordered those M Audio speakers a couple days ago, and they just got in, so I just put them in there. Those are excellent speakers, by the way. That's what I've got out there in the shop, and it really helps whenever you're doing video editing that you've got some quality speakers and sound up here. My friend Quinn's the one that kind of turned me on to those speakers right there, so we got those. But I'm loving it. I've already made several videos in here in the office. The ones where I went over there to the Battleship Park, all those have been made right here. And then these are the first new SNS videos that we're creating here in the new office space. So I'll just tell you that the computer itself was built by Tech Advanced Computers here in Pensacola. Whenever I was deciding that I was ready to go ahead and take the plunge and get something new, I went ahead and I called those guys up. And I told them what I do, what I use a computer for. A lot of video editing, a lot of high definition videos, up to 60 frames, that kind of stuff. And I want something that's going to work fast, that's going to be reliable and do what I need to do. So they asked me what my budget was. We talked about some numbers, and this is what we had come up with. So far I'm really happy with it. It's working out great. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I can sit here at the computer now and edit a video, and I'm not sitting there waiting for it to, every time I cut, paste, drop something down, I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And with this computer, it's not doing that now. So I'm really happy. It's speeding up my times, my editing times now, which makes me very happy. I can do a video is probably on average for me about 30 minutes, right? SNS, I try to keep them around 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. And once I go in and produce the video, people usually call it rendering, I just say produce. It takes about 12 to 13 minutes to produce that video now in 1080, 30 frames. And it usually takes about half hour now for it to upload and process onto YouTube, which is awesome. The computer out in the shop is still running on Wi-Fi, and I went ahead and moved my router, which is sitting over there. I moved it into this room, and I've got the computer hardwired into that wireless router. So this is not running off Wi-Fi, so I should have full capable speed to the internet service now, which again I really like having here too. So anyway, that's about it. I've already got the the blue mic in here, the Snowball, and I use that for the next episode that you'll see, part 2, and I'm loving it. So this right here was in part by all my patrons out there that pledged to my patron page. I already made a little video for them showing them that, and they were a huge help with making that purchase on that new computer there. So another way to support the channel there, using those funds to get the equipment that I need to continue producing these videos. So I think that's about it. I don't want to show you the rest of the office yet because it's still real messy in here. I want to get this cleaned up and start getting some of the pictures that I had talked about before with all my friends and YouTube people that I've met and start putting them on the walls. I've got Gary's flag in here I want to hang up. So this is a work in progress, and I want it looking good in here to where if I want to sit down and take a little video here at the desk that we got a nice backdrop for it. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this week, and stay tuned for part 2, and we'll see you real soon. 345 cutter cutting. The mill don't like a big heavy cut on multi-flutes like this, so I'm just making it in a series of cuts so it's not chattering so bad. It's doing good. A nice easy way to put a 45 on something. This is my coworker using one of his borescope cameras, checking the headstock of the Acroturn lathe at work. I've been complaining about a noise coming out of the headstock for quite some time, so he went ahead and checked it out for me, and lo and behold, one of the bearings on the back side, the high-speed side, he did find a problem with it. That's that bearing right there that you see towards the left of the screen. What are you seeing right there, man? Go ahead and tell me.
Spalling on the inner race of a ball bearing. That right there is the track that the ball is rolling. That's the groove at the apex of it.
All right, so that's the spalling that he's found on one of the bearings. That's the surface that the ball is rolling on, right?
Right.
So that's the problem that we're hearing, and making all the noise anyway. Recently at work, I was able to stock up on some of these high-performance spiral fluted taps. So I'm giving one a try right here. This is a 3/4 tin spiral fluted tap. Now that's a 4-inch diameter chrome rod there, and those holes are 2.5 inches deep each. I'm holding it with that Roan 1-inch drill chuck, and it's working great. I go all the way to the bottom there, and you'll see it right there. It spins just a bit, and I back it out. And I did that with all those holes, man, and that tap worked great. I'm going to try to zoom on the phone here. This is the machine shop from the USS Alabama, and when I was there, I knew that the video was going to be pretty dark on the GoPro, so I pulled out my iPhone and I was trying to get a little bit better video to share, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get it onto the actual video that I've already shared. So I went ahead and just share it here so you guys could get a little bit better look at the machines that's over there in the machine shop there on the USS Alabama.